besties, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited you're here. This is my first ever video. I've been wanting to start this channel for a while and finally decided to take the leap. If you love fantasy, romance, dark romance, reading vlogs, book hauls, you're in the right place. I just want to say thank you to anybody who is here supporting me or just watching my video. If you want to follow along, please hit subscribe and like, and yeah, let's get into today's video. Okay, today's video is gonna be my favorite books. These are the books that I would recommend to anybody who knows me or asks for recommendations. I have a variety of dark romance, fantasy, romance, etc. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so our first two books are Binding and Keeping 13. This is a part of the Boys Tommen series. I have only read the first two books, so I'm not sure about the others, but I'll probably love them because I do love Joey and Aof. Um, and I love Gibbs. I love the whole found family setting. The friend group is just amazing in these books. Both these books were 5 stars for me. And I just love them so much. These first two books follow Shannon and Johnny. Shannon is a shy girl. It is in an Irish school setting. Um, and she meets this rugby player, Johnny, and it kind of just follows the way that they fall in love um, through difficult times and very complicated situations. Um, Shannon's family is absolutely chaotic. It's messy. It's sad. It's a these two are very very sad. Definitely check your trigger warnings for them. But I do love these books. Um, the other next two, Redeeming and Saving. Saving and Redeeming follow her brother and his girlfriend, Joey and Aof. And then I think it's, yeah, Taming Seven follows Gypsy and Claire. And then the last book follows Huey and Lizzie. So I'm very excited for Hugh and Lizzie's story. I know it's going to be very emotional. Um, but these are the ones I've read and I love them so much. Definitely pick these up if you love contemporary romance, slow burns, found family. Like, just these books are beautiful. They're beautifully written and I love them so much. So that is our first book. Okay, next book we have is Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. This is a stalker romance, a dark romance. Please check your trigger warnings. It is very dark. And the second book is even darker, so just make sure you proceed with caution. This follows Adeline, who is a successful author, um, who inherits her grandmother's mansion, and is then stalked by Zade Meadows, which is obviously my top book boyfriend. I have a tattoo for him. I love this book. This is probably my favorite dark romance book ever. It was my first dark romance book too, fun fact. But it is very dark. So check your trigger warnings for sure. Some of the trigger warnings contain
2 hours later.
Some of the trigger warnings can be very dark. Um, there are definitely, this is definitely, I wouldn't recommend starting off with this dark romance if you're just starting with dark romance. I will make another video of what dark romance books I would recommend starting with, but definitely do not start with this one. Um, Again, I started with it. I loved it. If you're willing to take that leap, then absolutely go for it. But I wouldn't recommend starting with this as your first dark romance book. Um, Definitely has an obsessive love interest. which is Zaid. Um, and yeah, it can be a little freaky at some points, but I love this book so very much. I look past the smut, the trigger warnings into like the deeper meaning of these books. And I just really connect with them in a sort of sense. But yeah, so that is our second book. Okay, so these next books, I do not have the physical copies of. I just finished these books and I absolutely love them. Both of them are amazing. The physical copies are coming, and I'm going to be obviously purchasing some special edition copies when more come out because it is a newer release. And that is Crown Me Dead and Crown Me Yours by Liv Zanders. This follows a grave digger's daughter who is found by another man, um, and is asked to come to the palace and take care of the king, who has the rot. The rot is a disease where basically you're rotting. Her brother has it, and the man basically says his name is Vale, which is another top book boyfriend for me that has just been added to my list. I love him very much. Um, but uh, he says that if she comes and breaks the curse and crowns herself dead, that she will break the curse and her brother will be healed and the rot will completely disappear from the palace. So she goes and she basically tries to seduce the king and she's taking care of him and whatnot. So many twists, so many turns. This book was so good. The second book is definitely very emotional. It's very sad. This book is also pretty sad, as you are following her brother dying, and her father also dying because of the rot. Um, Check your trigger warnings for this one too. It's definitely dark. It is a dark fantasy. It's enemies to lovers. It's so good. Liv Zanders did a beautiful job writing this. It's poetic. It's amazing. Definitely, definitely, definitely. If you take anything out of this video, go read these books. Next book we have on this list is We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. This was one of my 6-star reads this year. I loved it so, so much. It's Games and Trials, uh, definitely Deadly Trials. This book is set in a fantasy world with ancient gods. Um, it is like Gladians and like that kind of stuff. Um, there's love triangle. I love the love triangle in here. Literally picture Vampire Diaries, Damon and Stefan, like beginning Damon and Stefan, where Damon is like the really, really bad and whatever, and Stefan is like the sweet and kind and basically the hero who picks Elena up for feet kind of thing, except for the hero part. Anyways, this book was really good. I rated this a 6-star. This book follows Arvel, who is given two pretty harsh choices. One being she goes and competes in these trials to save her brother's life, or if she doesn't, her brother dies. Basically, she has to go to the arena and fight in these games and trials, and she has to get to the king and off him, in order to save her brother's life. That is the deal that she makes with a vampire who happens to find her. I don't remember how or that kind of thing. It's a very good book. It follows like ancient Greek mythology. Um, Not even Greek mythology, just ancient gods. But yeah, it's a very, very good book. I would recommend this. This is a fantasy book. It is dark as well, so definitely check your trigger warnings as well. But yeah. Okay, next we have Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. This is a completed duology, but I'm a little confused because of the fact that there is another book coming out. It's called Battle for Hercules. I'm pretty sure. So I'm not so sure anymore if this is a completed duology or not. The second book is Bonds, Bonds of Hercules, I think. This is Greek mythology based. It follows a girl who is placed into the human realm and has terrible parents. She can talk to mythical creatures. She has a pet snake, which is so funny. Absolutely love this book. This book was very, very good. I rated this 4.5 stars, so not quite 5 stars, but definitely there. She gets taken in by these mentors when she fails the test and her blood burns through the paper. Um, she is taken to the Greek world, the Greek realm, whatever you may call it. And she is given two mentors. Her mentors, I'm pretty sure. Oh, who were Achilles and Petro? Those were her mentors, and then she has two. It's I wouldn't say it's a love interest. I would say it's a why choose. Um, I'm not gonna spoil that, but yeah, the men in this book are so good. I listened to this on audiobook for half, and the audiobook just enhanced the quality of the book. Like, it made the book so much better. I loved this book. So I might even say I rated it a 5 star. Can we just take a second to appreciate the inside of this book? And you can see her snake is also wrapped around her. That is our main character. Yeah, so good. I love this book so much. I can't stop talking about this book. Okay, next book we have is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. This is a Peter Pan twisty retelling. It is a dark romance. This is a very, very, very good book. I love this whole series. I've only read the first two books, so I can't really say I love the whole series. But the first two books, Hooked and Scarred, Scarred is also going to be in this video, but I loved these. You follow Wendy and Hook, and basically the villain gets the girl. So Captain Hook gets Wendy. In the next one, Scar gets, well, Tristan gets the girl. Check your trigger warnings for this because these are pretty dark. These I wouldn't say would be like a good starter into dark romance, but I'd say like it'd be like a medium, like definitely not as dark as Haunting Adeline, but definitely dark. This book follows Wendy and Hook. Hook is on his revenge arc, and Wendy happens to get sucked into it because of her father. I'm pretty sure it's her father. I haven't read this in a little bit. It's been like 2 years, I think, since I've read this. This is a 6 star read, though, for me. It follows Hook trying to get revenge on Wendy's father, and Wendy falls into this trap and is then added to the plan to take down her father. And yeah. Okay, next we have Scarred. I am showing my special edition copy because I love this copy. Just take a minute for the foiled cover and the back. And then the inside is yellow. There isn't a back one, but that's okay. And then the sprayed edge says Ma Petite something. I do not speak French, so I don't know. But those are the sprayed edges. They are beautiful, and it's also signed copy. I love this book so much. So that is why I did get the special edition copy instead of getting Hooked special edition. This one is definitely my favorite. I would say this is like a 6 star, 6.5 to infinity star. This follows a woman who is wanting power, revenge, but also has a dangerous love attraction to the love interest in this book. This is a Lion King retelling, dark romance version, so again, check your trigger warnings. Um, but it is so good. This book is probably gonna be my favorite book in the series, to be honest. But I do love it a lot, and I do definitely recommend the series if you are a Disney fan, especially if you like dark romance and retellings, because these retellings are amazing. I loved every second of both of these books, and yeah. Okay, next.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Okay, so we did end up clipping my mic onto my hoodie because apparently I can't hold things. Our next book is Insatiable by Lee Rivers. This is a part of the Edge of Darkness trilogy. I've only read the first book, so I will be continuing that series, so definitely stay tuned to what I think of the rest of them. You can follow along on my TikTok page, which is the same username, so I will also drop it down below as well, just so you guys have it. This book is definitely emotional. It follows a lot of secrets, and um, it's definitely like enemies to lovers, but I also like, yeah, it's enemies to lovers. They are in the same friend group. His sister is her best friend. This follows Cade Mitchell and what is her name? And Stacy. I wouldn't say this is like my absolute favorite dark romance book, but it was definitely really, really good. So I am putting it on this list. I rated this a 4.5, so it is still up there. But yeah, there's unfoldings of secrets. It's obviously a dark romance book, slow burn. Yeah, I honestly just kind of thought it was kind of like every other dark romance book for me, but at the same time, it was different. So I am putting it up there because of that. The secrets that get exposed definitely are not like other dark romance books that I've read. So yeah, check your trigger warnings. There's definitely SA in this. Go into this with caution. Okay, next book we have is a fantasy book. It's unlike any fantasy book I've ever read before, which I loved. It is a short read as well, and that is How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. This was a really, really good book. I rated this 5 stars. I will be continuing it because it did end on a pretty big cliffhanger, so I have to continue it. I think there are 3 duologies in the series. So the first 2 books is one. I think the second duology is another thing. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into that much, but I will be definitely reading those. This is dark, and it's honestly, I thought it was kind of disgusting at the start, but basically it follows a girl who falls into a fairy realm in search for a mushroom. These magical mushrooms are, I guess, connected to a fairy realm. So when she goes and looks for these mushrooms, she falls into the realm on top of the Fey Prince. He has a filthy mouth. If you like filthy mouth men, read this book. Absolutely read this book. He is probably another one of my top book boyfriends. But yeah, I loved this book. It was so unique. The magic mushrooms, I've never read a fantasy book with that. I am still pretty new to fantasy, so maybe there are some. If there are, please put down below some recommendations because I will definitely be reading them. Next, we have a controversial read that I enjoyed. A lot of people don't like this book, I'm not gonna lie. But I, however, liked it, and that is Credence by Penelope Douglas. This is based on a girl whose family passes away, and she is taken in by her uncle and her cousins. This is a why choose. It's an age gap romance. It's a forbidden romance, or it should be a forbidden romance. Do to that as you will, because this is yeah. It was a good book. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It's definitely filthy, messy, and just really good. I would read this camping. It definitely gives camping vibes in the woods, in the forest. They are on top of a mountain, literally in the woods. Um, it's pretty dark. It's not like a dark romance dark, but it's dark, so check your trigger warnings. Next, we have another contemporary romance book, and that is Mile High. This is a part of the Windy City series. I've only read the first book so far, so I don't know how the other books in the series are, but I did really like this book. It was a 5-star for me. This follows Xander's and Stevie. Xander's and Stevie, I love their romance. This is I wouldn't say enemies because they're not enemies, but they are like, they don't like each other and then they fall in love. He is perceived as this bad boy. He's a hockey player, and they meet while Stevie is a flight attendant on the airplane. The media really messes with how he's seen. He's perceived as like this really douchey asshole, sleeps with a bunch of girls kind of guy, but he's not, and Stevie begins to realize that. This book is really good. It is kind of sad because there are some trauma stuff that happens in this. Stevie's mother is not the best mom, uh, and she doesn't like Xander's at the start because he comes off as like this rich snob who thinks he's better than everybody kind of thing, but that is how he is supposed to act for the media. So this was a really good book. If you like contemporary romance, I would read these books. Okay, we have a water break because I've been talking a lot. So take a second and take a water break with me.
A few moments later.
Okay, next book we have is another fantasy book. You guys can probably already see it, and that is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I just recently read this, and I wish I picked it up sooner because it was so good. This is dragons, deadly trials, an academy setting. Violet Soaringale is put into the writer's coordinate court
Today, Junior!
quadrant. She wants to be put in the scribes quadrant, but her mother is making her go into the writer's quadrant. She is then trained, and she has dragons that mind speak to you. You have a shadow daddy. Jaden Ryerson. Need I say more? A lot of book girlies have probably already read this, but I need to talk about it because it's so good. Again, I wish I read this sooner because it was just amazing. It was such a good read. I haven't continued the series yet, but I will be doing that before the end of the year, hopefully. And yeah, this was such a good book. The ending is really sad. Okay, and last but not least, this is my absolute favorite book of the year, I think. It's a it's a close second to Crown Me Dead, actually. Crown Me Dead might be my favorite book of the year so far. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I didn't know that when I was going into this book. I picked it up at Walmart, literally didn't like read the back, sorta skimmed through it. I loved the cover, so I literally picked it up and kind of went blind into the book, not realizing this was going to be a 6-star read for me, and that is A Curse of Shadow and Ice by Katharina Mara. Can we just take a second for this cover? It is gorgeous, and I did get the sprayed edge copy, so it's gorgeous as well. This also has another Shadow Daddy in it. I loved this book. There's a curse that is taking over the MMC in this book, and the only way to break that curse is the girl. True love's kiss, what you will. They've tried everything, and yeah, like the realm or castle or whatever is completely destroyed because of this curse, and it's all shadows and dark. This book was just so good. Again, if you take anything out of this video, take out this book because this book is amazing. It is a short read as well, but it is so, so good. Also, can we take a second for the cover and the inside? It is also very pretty. It's definitely dark. It's definitely spicy, but again, I loved it so much. And yeah, that was the last book for this video. Thank you to everybody who has watched or is watching currently this video. It means so much to me. If you can leave a like, and definitely comment down below what kind of videos you guys would love to see on my channel. I will be posting twice weekly, hopefully. If not, definitely once a week. I'm very excited to start this journey with you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys!